Hello! Welcome to my content overview video for Dr. K's class. I will review Chapter 19, Counseling Arab Americans and Muslim Americans in the Counseling the Culturally Diverse Text by Daryl Dwing Su and David Su. Arabs are individuals who originate from countries located in the Middle East and North Africa, whose primary language is Arabic. Arabs came to America in the late 1800s. Remember, Arab Americans can have African, Asian, and European ancestry. The U.S. Census estimates that there are 1.8 million Arab Americans living in the United States. Estimated that there are 2 to 3 million Muslims living in the United States. Muslims are followers of the Islamic religion. Muslims are guided by the Quran, the Islamic holy book. Islam is one of the fastest growing religions in the United States. Within Islam, there are two major sects, the larger group Sunnis, which make up 90% of the Muslims, and Shiites, which are the remaining 10%. While there are about 1 billion Muslims, only about 200 million are Arab. Muslims are guided by their holy book, the Quran. The Quran deals with social issues, family life, economics and business, sexuality, and other life aspects. Muslims engage in the ritual of prayer 5 times a day and fast annually during the holy month of Ramadan, a time for inner reflection and devotion to God and spiritual renewal. Arab Americans, hospitality, family obligations, interpersonal relationships, and interdependence is important. Arab Americans and Muslim Americans tend to be collectivistic. Therefore, the success or failure of an individual reflects on the family. This can bring both stress and anxiety for the individual. In Muslim families, the eldest son is prepared to become the head of the family. Women take care of the home and nurture the children. Mothers are warm and affectionate, while fathers tend to be strict and generate respect. Muslim Americans have always experienced discrimination and hate. Hollywood has often portrayed these individuals as terrorists or barbarians. Islamic religion has been portrayed as violent. In 2006, Pope Benedict XVI deeply hurt the Islamic community when he read a quote saying, "Show me just what Muhammad brought that was new, and there you will find only evil and inhuman, such as his command to spread by the sword of the faith he preached." People often associate Arab and Muslim communities. The truth is, less than 1/3 of Arabs are Muslim, and only 1/4 of Muslims are Arabs. Tragedy that was 9/11. Discrimination and hate against Muslim and Arab Americans skyrocketed. Muslim and Arab Americans were subjected to deportation hearings, airline passenger profiling, vandalism, and physical violence. Their suspicions became truths when a report was published on Arab and Muslim Americans. The following are facts reported. More than 700 violent incidents were directed at Arab Americans or those perceived to be Arab Americans or Muslims during the first 9 weeks after the September 11 attacks. More than 800 cases of employment discrimination against Arab Americans occurred. More than 80 cases of illegal or discriminatory removal from aircrafts after boarding occurred, removal based on perceived ethnicity. Thousands of Arab men were required to submit to a voluntary interview by government officials. Numerous instances of denial of services and housing occurred. The poll indicated that 36% of Americans believe that Muslims are too extreme in their religious beliefs, and 20% believe that Muslims are sympathetic to al-Qaeda terrorists. The following is an acculturation conflict from the text. A 14-year-old Middle Eastern Muslim boy was suspended from school for the use of alcohol and skipping school. He had been receiving good grades and had no previous behavioral problems. His problems stemmed from acculturation conflicts and the stigma associated with the 9/11 terrorist attacks. Al-Qudjia, who was born in Libya, was voted homecoming queen for her high school. While playing basketball for her high school team, she wears a headscarf, a long jersey, athletic pants instead of shorts. Her clothing reflects her Muslim faith and is a form of modesty. As a way to avoid discrimination, some Arab and Muslim Americans would change their names to more American-sounding names and would refrain from wearing headscarves. As counselors, it is important to know and understand the backgrounds of our clients and keep from making stereotypical beliefs. Here are some implications for clinical practice. Read them and think about them on your own. Thank you for listening. This is the end. Have a great day.